Welcome to American Adventure. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to American Adventure, the channel where we dive deep into the heart of American politics, culture, and the untold stories shaping our nation today. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of analysis that cuts through the noise. Sharing this video with friends and family who are as fascinated by the intersection of power, influence, and strategy as you are would be greatly appreciated. Here, our focus is always on independence and clarity. We don't just repeat headlines or regurgitate speculation. We examine the facts, analyze the data, and trace events as they unfold, giving you insights grounded in reality rather than conjecture. Eric has often been cast in the background, overshadowed by the brilliance and controversy surrounding his siblings. He is not the one the cameras rush to capture at every event, nor the voice that dominates cable news headlines. But that very silence sparks a deeper curiosity. Is Eric Trump merely a shadow destined to walk behind his father and siblings? Or could he be the silent heir, the one who builds power quietly away from the noise, waiting for his moment to step forward? Could ever find common ground. Musk, known for his unpredictability on social media and provocative public statements, had made remarks in the past that many considered controversial, touching on topics ranging from Jeffrey Epstein to politically sensitive issues that ignited fierce debate across the nation. These statements, shared in the heat of online conversations and interviews, led to speculation that Musk might chart an independent path, potentially even creating a third party that could disrupt traditional political alliances and influence the upcoming midterm elections. Public curiosity surged. Could Musk, a figure with immense financial resources and cultural influence, actually fracture the Republican base or siphon support from key constituencies? Analysts and voters alike watch closely, scrutinizing every tweet, every comment, every public gesture, trying to predict whether Musk's next move might tilt the balance of power in ways no one anticipated. The narrative quickly became a touchpoint for debates about loyalty strategy and the role of influential outsiders in American politics. Eric Trump's story is not one of loud declarations or headline-grabbing drama. Instead, it is a narrative of subtle determination, quiet loyalty, and the careful balance between stepping into the arena and staying in the wings. His life raises a compelling question in a dynasty where visibility often equals power. Does Eric's understated presence make him weaker, or paradoxically, does it make him stronger? So who is Eric Trump really? A forgotten figure in the family dynasty, or the understated architect of its future? Acumen represent invaluable assets that could amplify the political strategies of the MAGA movement. For Musk, aligning with Trump offers a pathway to navigate the increasingly complex political environment, leveraging influence to safeguard innovation and entrepreneurship, while also impacting public discourse. Eric Trump was born in 1984, the third child of Donald Trump, and Ivana Trump, arriving into a world already drenched in wealth, spectacle, and the larger-than-life aura of the Trump name. Unlike most children who enter life with innocence, untouched by public scrutiny, Eric's earliest memories were shaped by the towering presence of Trump Tower in New York City, a skyscraper that stood not only as his family's home, but as a gleaming symbol of his father's ambition and empire. To grow up inside those golden walls was to live at the intersection of privilege and pressure, where every hallway seemed to echo with both the promise of power and the weight of expectation involved, but the real political implications that could unfold as Trump and Musk navigate their renewed partnership. So buckle up and stay with us as we delve into the complex, high-stakes world where politics, power, and innovation intersect. This is American Adventure, where facts meet insight and where we uncover the narratives that truly shape America's future. In the ever-shifting landscape of American politics, few figures command attention, debate, and scrutiny like Donald J. Trump and Elon Musk. Each operates in a realm uniquely their own. Trump in the unforgiving arena of political power, Musk in the fast-moving worlds of technology and innovation, but their paths have increasingly intersected, revealing a strategic synergy that may have profound implications for the United States. To fully grasp the potential of this alliance, it is crucial to examine what each brings to the table and how their strengths complement and amplify one another. Family bonds were central to Eric's early years. Despite the complexities of growing up in a high-profile household, his relationship with Ivanka was particularly strong. The two were close in age and shared a companionship that softened the isolating effects of privilege. Ivanka's extroverted charm and Eric's more measured personality complemented one another, creating a sibling bond that would last well into adulthood. They navigated the glamorous but demanding world of their father together, Ivanka often stepping into the public eye, while Eric, with quiet loyalty, stood just a step behind, supportive yet distinct, designed to discredit him politically and personally. Yet through all this, Trump has consistently demonstrated a remarkable combination of intelligence, acumen, and courage. He refuses to yield to conventional pressures, boldly confronting the entrenched political machine and challenging norms in ways that few politicians dare. The influence of Donald Trump loomed large over Eric's upbringing. From an early age, Eric absorbed his father's lessons about money business and the relentless pursuit of success. Donald was never shy about exposing his children to the mechanics of wealth and power deal-making at the dinner table. Conversations about real estate empires and the constant reminder that being a Trump meant not only privilege, but also responsibility. For Eric, these lessons imprinted deeply, shaping the way he would later approach both business and family. He learned that money was not just currency, but a tool of influence, that power was not something given, but something seized, and that loyalty to the Trump legacy was paramount. These achievements, frequently overshadowed by media narratives or political theatrics, highlight a disciplined, results-oriented mindset focused on tangible outcomes rather than mere appearances. Yet beneath the glitter of chandeliers and the marble floors of Trump Tower, Eric also carried the quieter struggles of being the middle child in America's most scrutinized family. He was neither the heir apparent like Donald Jr., nor the glamorous favorite like Ivanka. Instead, he occupied the liminal space in between, often overlooked, yet slowly gathering his own sense of identity. In that silence, Eric developed resilience, the kind that does not need validation from the spotlight, but finds strength in perseverance. A tweet, an interview, or a product announcement can ripple through the political, cultural, and financial spheres, reshaping conversations and influencing decisions in ways that few others can. Musk's personal style is as distinctive as his influence. Known for his eccentricity and occasional controversial behavior, he has had bad moments in the public eye that spark debate and criticism. Yet these moments are often accompanied by broader trends in which Musk's actions align with principles that resonate with the MAGA movement. Beyond statements and social media, Musk has taken concrete steps to support Republican causes and candidates, including financial contributions to PACs that directly back Trump and the broader Republican agenda. These actions reflect a strategic approach that blends ideological sympathy with practical engagement, providing resources, visibility, and legitimacy to political efforts that might otherwise struggle to gain traction. The convergence of Trump and Musk represents more than a mere alignment of personalities. It is a powerful fusion of complementary strengths. Trump brings political mastery, media savvy, and a deep understanding of voter behavior and the dynamics of power. Musk brings technological insight, financial muscle, and the ability to mobilize attention across social and cultural networks in unprecedented ways. Together, their partnership amplifies influence across multiple domains, political, economic, and cultural, creating a force that can shape narratives, mobilize supporters, and even sway key battleground states in the lead-up to elections. After Trinity, Eric moved on to the Hill School, a renowned boarding school with a reputation for molding future leaders, including some of America's most prominent businessmen and politicians. Away from the golden glow of Trump Tower, Eric faced a far more demanding environment: early mornings, built on strict routines challenging academics, and the constant presence of ambitious peers. It was here that he learned independence, adaptability, and the value of patience. In contrast to his older brother Donald Jr., who was remembered for his adventurous, outgoing spirit, Eric stood out in a quieter way. The next pivotal chapter of his education unfolded at Georgetown University, where he pursued finance and management. For many students, college was a time to explore freedom and enjoy the social scene. For Eric, it was about building a solid foundation for the future. In classrooms and late-night study halls, he was not simply Donald Trump's son, but a young man sharpening his mind and discipline. His peers often described him as thoughtful and reserved, someone who spoke less, but whose words carried weight when he chose to share them. At Georgetown, Eric absorbed more than just theories of finance and strategies of management. He learned how to understand people. In the intricate world of politics, where every word can reverberate through the media and alter public perception, Elon Musk has not been a stranger to controversy. Over the past few years, Musk has made statements that sparked significant debate, ranging from off-the-cuff comments to more serious remarks touching on sensitive subjects. Among the most contentious were his public references to the Epstein case, which drew immediate scrutiny from both the media and political commentators. Additionally, some of Musk's tweets and public statements, delivered in his characteristic blunt and sometimes provocative style, stirred heated discussions and even outrage, illustrating the immense influence that a single high-profile figure can wield in shaping narratives. The political implications of these controversial moments were significant. Democratic strategists, always vigilant for opportunities to weaken the Republican coalition, perceived Musk's statements as a potential wedge issue. The fear was that Musk, already an immensely visible figure, might pivot toward independent political activity, perhaps even pursuing a third-party strategy. Such a move could have fractured the Republican voter base in crucial swing states, diluting support for MAGA-aligned candidates and creating openings for Democratic victories in tightly contested races. Analysts speculated that in a landscape defined by razor-thin margins, even a minor redistribution of votes could dramatically alter outcomes, amplifying the stakes of every public utterance by Musk. Yet despite these moments of tension, the narrative began to shift toward reconciliation and cooperation. Musk publicly expressed regret for certain remarks, acknowledging missteps, and signaling a willingness to engage in dialogue rather than division. This act of contrition, though brief, carried weight in political circles, demonstrating that even figures as independent-minded as Musk recognize the importance of strategic alliances and the consequences of public statements in shaping political reality. Musk's gestures were more than symbolic. They were a tangible effort to repair trust, reassure allies, and reinforce the perception that his involvement in the political sphere would not be a source of fragmentation, but rather a constructive force. Donald Trump, in turn, responded with measured acknowledgement and support, framing Musk's controversial moments as isolated incidents rather than reflective of his character or intentions. Trump described Musk as fundamentally a good person who had experienced only a single bad moment. This characterization served multiple purposes. It humanized Musk, deflected media criticism, and reinforced the narrative that strategic partnerships can endure challenges when grounded in mutual respect and shared objectives. By framing Musk's missteps as temporary and minor, Trump signaled to the Republican base and the broader public that the alliance remained intact and that collaboration could continue without being overshadowed by past controversies. The interplay between tension and reconciliation in the Trump-Musk relationship illustrates a broader truth about modern political strategy. Disagreements, missteps, and controversies are inevitable when high-profile, influential figures intersect. What matters is not the existence of conflict, but the capacity for resolution, strategic communication, and the alignment of shared goals. In this case, both parties demonstrated an ability to navigate delicate circumstances, transforming potentially divisive incidents into opportunities for clarity and renewed collaboration. Musk's willingness to show contrition and Trump's readiness to contextualize and forgive created a framework in which political cooperation could be not only possible, but productive. The message emerging from these interactions is clear. Despite prior controversies, there exists a path for long-term collaboration between Trump and Musk, at least in the political sphere. Their reconciliation sends a signal to supporters and observers alike that pragmatic alliances can withstand public scrutiny, misstatements, and external pressures. By managing tensions carefully, both figures preserve their influence while reinforcing the possibility of coordinated action in support of shared objectives, particularly in the context of Republican campaigns and MAGA-aligned initiatives. When Donald Trump stepped into the storm of American politics, the entire Trump family became part of the battlefield. Yet among them, Eric Trump held a position unlike his siblings. He was never the constant face of glossy magazines like Ivanka, nor the fiery, combative spokesman like Donald Jr. Instead, Eric found his role as a kind of silent warrior, appearing less frequently, but whenever he spoke, His words carried a raw sharpness that drew attention. Emotional intelligence, and the capacity to reconcile differences without losing sight of common objectives. Their ability to move past controversy and maintain cooperative momentum provides a powerful lesson in contemporary political leadership, one that highlights the intersection of influence communication and strategic foresight. In the 2016 presidential campaign, Eric was still relatively young in his early 30s, but already deeply loyal to his father's cause. He crisscrossed the country, attending rallies, speaking to smaller crowds, shaking hands with ordinary Americans who felt overlooked by Washington. Unlike Ivanka, who often spoke in a polished, carefully measured tone, appealing to moderates, Eric connected directly with the base farmers, factory workers, veterans, and middle-class families who believed Donald Trump was their champion. His message was not wrapped in corporate polish. It was direct, sometimes blunt, and it resonated with those who saw in him an authentic reflection of their frustrations and hopes. Impact of their combined efforts. By 2020, Eric had grown into a more visible figure in the campaign. While Donald Jr. took the role of attack dog, relentlessly going after Democrats in the media, Eric carved out his own niche. He positioned himself as the defender of his father's vision and a voice of raw, unapologetic loyalty. His speeches often highlighted not just policy, but emotion. He spoke of the forgotten men and women of America, of families who felt their jobs shipped overseas, of communities ignored by elites. And every time he took the stage, Eric also became known for his sharp words toward President Joe Biden and the mainstream media. He accused the press of treating his father unfairly, of twisting narratives, of ignoring the real concerns of Americans. In one interview, he once called the media a propaganda machine, earning both applause from loyal Trump supporters and criticism from opponents. On Biden, Eric did not hesitate to question his leadership and energy, often portraying him as weak and unfit compared to his father. Such bluntness, though controversial, cemented Eric's image as someone who did not filter his opinions, a trait that endeared him to Trump's staunchest supporters. In a political environment where attention is currency, the combined presence of Trump and Musk serves as both a rallying point for supporters and a signal to opponents that the Republican coalition is organized, energized, and highly capable. Perhaps what defined Eric most during these campaigns was his bond with the grassroots. He was comfortable at rallies, often mingling with supporters long after the speeches ended, shaking hands, taking photos, listening to their stories. Many saw him not as a polished politician, but as one of us, a wealthy man, yes, but one who spoke plainly without the guarded polish of Washington insiders. For Trump's base, that authenticity was gold. They represent an investment in shaping the broader political landscape. By strategically channeling resources into these organizations, Musk enables the Republican Party to amplify its message, reach new audiences, and maintain momentum in areas where electoral contests are particularly competitive. The financial dimension of this alliance underscores the seriousness of their cooperation, signaling to both allies and adversaries that the Trump-Musk partnership is not temporary or superficial. It is a coordinated effort with measurable impact. Beyond fundraising, the alliance has implications for the appointment and confirmation of personnel within the government. Several pro-Trump individuals have been confirmed to key positions, reinforcing policy priorities and enhancing operational efficiency within the administration. These appointments serve as more than symbolic victories. They create a structural alignment of influence that ensures Republican-aligned objectives are supported at multiple levels of governance. By securing the placement of loyal personnel in strategic roles, Trump and his allies strengthen oversight, improve decision-making effectiveness, and maintain a degree of accountability that can prove decisive when implementing complex policy agendas. In essence, this is a manifestation of how political alliances extend beyond electoral strategy into the mechanisms of governance itself. The cumulative effect of these coordinated efforts is substantial. In swing states where margins are often razor-thin, the combination of financial backing, strategic messaging, and personnel alignment can tip the balance in favor of the Republican Party. Independent voters, who frequently hold the key to victory in these regions, are likely to be influenced by the visible synergy between Trump and Musk, seeing in their alliance a demonstration of competence, vision, and capacity for decisive action. This is the very essence of modern political strategy, creating a multi-dimensional influence that operates simultaneously across public perception, financial leverage, and institutional authority. Moreover, the symbolic weight of the Trump-Musk partnership cannot be underestimated. For supporters, it embodies resilience, innovation, and the promise of coordinated action to protect and advance their political vision. For opponents, it serves as a warning the Republican coalition, far from fragmented or weakened, is strategically aligning key resources and influential figures to maximize impact. This dual effect, motivating the base while signaling to rivals, reinforces the alliance's significance and highlights why the Trump-Musk relationship is being closely monitored by political analysts and commentators alike. In conclusion, the emerging Trump-Musk alliance represents a powerful fusion of political strategy, financial influence, and organizational coordination. Through substantial contributions to PAC's strategic appointments and targeted efforts in pivotal swing states, this partnership is reshaping the landscape of American politics in real time. The impact on the upcoming midterm elections is likely to be profound, bolstered by financial resources, enhanced operational capacity, and a unified message the Republican Party is better positioned to maintain voter support, attract independents, and consolidate power where it matters most. As the alliance continues to solidify, one clear message emerges: the combined force of Trump and Musk is a strategic reality that opponents must recognize and address, for it represents a coordinated effort with the potential to redefine the balance of power in American governance. In the relentless world of modern media, Donald Trump has faced scrutiny on an almost unparalleled scale. During his presidency, studies suggest that as much as 95% of media coverage he received was negative, painting a picture of inevitable failure and predicting the collapse of nearly every policy initiative he undertook. From economic reforms to trade negotiations, each move was dissected and often misrepresented in real time, creating a constant environment of pressure, skepticism, and doubt. Yet despite this near constant barrage, Trump persisted, maintaining his focus on tangible achievements, rather than succumbing to the cacophony of criticism surrounding him. His administration oversaw significant strides in economic growth, tax reform, job creation, and trade policies, demonstrating that results could be achieved even under the harshest of media spotlights. In 2007, long before the glare of political campaigns and the constant scrutiny of being the son of a U.S. President, Eric Trump made a decision that would shape his public image in a way few had expected. He founded the Eric Trump Foundation, an organization with one simple yet profound mission: to raise money for children battling cancer. For Eric, this was not about headlines or politics. It was about channeling his privilege and influence into something that could genuinely change lives. Attempting to enact policies designed to benefit the American people. This duality of being publicly vilified, yet achieving concrete outcomes, underscores the resilience and determination that have defined his political career. The foundation quickly became a beacon of hope for families caught in the unimaginable struggle of childhood illness. Its most significant beneficiary was the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, a name that resonates around the world as a sanctuary for children fighting cancer and other life-threatening diseases. Through tireless fundraising events, golf tournaments, gala dinners, and charity auctions, the Eric Trump Foundation pledged and donated millions of dollars to St. Jude. These funds were directed toward advanced medical treatments, research facilities, and the everyday care that allows children to keep fighting and families to keep hoping. To parents watching their child undergo treatments, Eric's efforts, yet like many endeavors associated with the Trump family, the foundation did not escape controversy. Reports emerged suggesting that some of the foundation's funds were intertwined with the Trump Organization, sparking criticism and accusations that philanthropy and business interests had blurred. Detractors questioned whether every dollar raised truly reached its intended cause, and headlines cast shadows over what had once been celebrated as a noble mission. For Eric, who had built the foundation with an earnest desire to give back, the scrutiny was not just public, it was personal, but also reinforced his image as a figure willing to endure personal and professional strain for the sake of his objectives and vision for America. Ultimately, Trump's relationship with the media and his capacity to withstand its relentless scrutiny highlights the extraordinary pressures inherent in modern political life. It is a story of resilience, persistence, and the ability to achieve significant policy successes while navigating a landscape saturated with criticism, doubt, and opposition. This dynamic underscores the complexity of leadership in an era where perception often rivals reality and where enduring results require unwavering commitment, strategic foresight, and the courage to face relentless external pressure head-on. The dust has settled, and what once seemed like a fragile alliance now stands as a reinforced partnership. The bond between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, tested by controversy and political storms, has grown stronger. Their alignment is not only personal, but deeply strategic. Millions in PAC contributions have given the Republican Party fresh momentum heading into the midterms. The presence of pro-Trump figures within government circles has further tilted the balance of power, amplifying the voice of the movement. When people hear the name Trump, their minds often leap immediately to the world of skyscrapers, golden penthouses, and headline-making luxury. Yet within this powerful family, Eric Trump has carved out a life that, while no less privileged, carries its own unique character and quieter rhythm. His personal fortune is estimated in the hundreds of millions of dollars, an empire built from a mixture of family inheritance, business ventures, and his own initiatives. Unlike his sister Ivanka, whose polished image at the center of his assets stands sprawling estates, luxury villas, and golf courses, many tied to the Trump Organization's vast real estate empire. To Eric, golf is not just a family business, but almost a second home. The immaculately green fairways, the echo of a well-hit drive, and the prestige of maintaining world-class clubs reflect both his professional role and his personal pride. Alongside this, Eric's passion for wine translated into his ambitious venture, the Trump Winery in Virginia. It became one of the largest wineries on the East Coast, a testament to his ability to blend luxury with entrepreneurship and to transform leisure into legacy. Once again, pull them apart. We would love to hear your perspective. Do you believe this alliance will endure? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to support American Adventure.